Everybody, welcome back to Wicked Good Sports. This is At the Buzzer, and we're joined as always by Jack Turn. And Jack, I don't think I even have to ask, but I will
Nah,
anyways. How you doing?
Brian, we're doing great, man.
Yes.
Coming off the heels of a great win.
Yeah, so the Celtics take game one in the most thrilling fashion. It looks like they were going to blow it. They had a 15-point lead at one point, got all the way to where they were down, but Jason Tatum, I got the Tatum shirt on today. He pulled it out with an amazing buzzer beater to win. Jack, what are your thoughts on this game?
I mean, it was scary. Obviously, it was scary. You
Yeah.
see, especially as a Celtics fan, you see somebody like your probably most hated former player of all time, Kyrie Irving,
Yep.
going off for 39 points, um, just to essentially get eliminated by Tatum,
Yep.
his former mentee, spinning around him, throwing a nice little lay-in. I don't know, man. It was a roller coaster of emotions. I think we can all agree on that. But really satisfying to come away with a dub there.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll admit it. We were in the group chat talking up like,
Oh
yo,
yeah,
like the Celtics, they're gonna win by like 10 points. This is gonna shut everyone up. That didn't happen, but I kind of prefer that this is how it went. Yeah, so Kyrie put up 39, as you said. Jason Tatum, though, for his part, put up 31. What do you, other than, like the buzzer beating, what do you think was like the standout moment for the Celtics? The things that they're going to have to take for the rest of the games in this series to potentially move past the Nets here?
definitely very fair. And I think, to be honest, unsurprisingly, that's the defense. That
Mm-hmm.
defensive tenacity and intensity that they showed throughout that entire game, all the steals, locking up Kevin Durant for most of the game. Just need to figure out Kyrie Irving. He's hitting some tough shots. His percentage was off the charts. I just don't. If we can essentially let him keep shooting, I think we're fine. So we'll
Yeah.
just keep that going for now.
There's a certain point where, let's make it clear. Jack and I don't hate Kyrie as a player. We hate him for some
No,
of the things that he's done, but we give him a lot of respect as a player. And
100%.
it showed that he is one of the greatest players in the NBA right now in that game. He just that 3-pointer near the end of the game, which I thought was
Hell, that was a dagger.
yeah, we lost. There's a man in his face, and Kyrie just cold blooded drains it down. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the saying, like you can't stop him, you can only hope to contain him.
Right, right.
He's gonna go off, and the fans are gonna let him hear it. But yeah, really impressive game for against Kevin Durant here. I mean, they had him all out of sorts.
Yeah, 100%. He couldn't get a clean look off, and when he did, he looked confused. Honestly, like somebody said it. One of my friends mentioned he looked like just a very confused baby giraffe. It felt like because he's a 7 footer, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
fact that he moves the way he does makes him look awkward, but his shooting
Yeah.
stroke is so smooth, and it just wasn't on. Um, what was funny, I thought, is that I think it was one of the Van Gundys. I don't remember who was calling the game. I think it was Jeff. But anyway, he said that I know too many Van Gundys.
Yeah.
Jeff said that Kevin Durant had evolved into a great defender, and as he said that, Jason Tatum ran around him and threw it down, and I was like, okay, well that's
Well,
very satisfying.
yeah.
So I don't think he's a great defender. I think probably league average at best, maybe slightly above average, but his shooting stroke is unbelievable. And the fact that we were able to contain him really shows how much we've evolved and committed to that switching scheme, both on offense and on defense.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And no one show Van Gundy the last play of this game where he just
I know.
completely lost track of Tatum and
Just
let him
didn't
just go
move.
right in. Yeah, that was. I've seen a lot of very funny takes, including if LeBron did that, we would never ever hear the end of it. And I
Right.
agree. I think Durant gets a little bit of a pass where LeBron would not get that pass. So, I mean, these like your friend said, he looks like a confused draft. He was turning the ball over. What do you have? 7 turnovers. I think he had more
Yeah,
turnovers in the first half than he had points. Like at
that's true.
some
Yep. Yep.
ridiculous stat like that, and just what a effort. And they're probably gonna have to keep up that level of effort
They
going
are.
forward. I mean, the Nets are not a team to scoff at. That is for sure.
No, agreed. What was satisfying too was that Bruce Brown was basically a non-factor after all of his Tyson Horford comments about not being able to contain them. And then I think he played 30 minutes and put up like 5 points, and his stat line was like very pedestrian, like not good.
I don't know if this is 100% legit. It's just something I saw online, but I saw at the Garden they put his quote on
It
the
did, yeah.
jumbotron.
I
That's
thought online too.
hilarious.
I think I heard that people booed like crazy, so I have to assume that they actually did it, which is
Yeah.
wild. That's a great motivator.
So let's talk about this last play for the Celtics. A lot of people giving Marcus Smart, I think, rightfully so, a lot of credit.
Yeah.
He could have taken that shot, at the end, but he pump faked. What have you seen at Marcus Smart? How have you seen him develop the last few years into being able to not take that shot to set up the play to Tatum there?
I think it's been, and I've seen a lot about this recently as well. I think it's been Ime getting Smart to buy into his role as a true point guard, which he's done this season. And I think even Tatum said it in the post-game presser where he was like, we all expected Marcus to take that shot. And we think probably the first half of the season he would have taken that shot. But him being able to really, he's not as anxious because he has a set defined role rather than the last 5 or 6 years in Brad's system kind of just supposed to do it all off the bench. Where now he's able to make that pass to a cutting Jason Tatum and draw two defenders basically and put them out of the play. Where then you're stuck with Kyrie in the paint, he's not a big dude,
No.
and then going up against Tatum, it's just you can't really do much about that. So I think that's where Smart has really evolved is just his ability to understand what the right move is. Even if there are 3.5 seconds left on the clock when you get the ball, knowing that you don't need to take that shot because you have your superstar player cutting to the basket right there. And that was really like a come to Jesus moment, I feel like, for Marcus Smart. Even after he's been hitting threes all game like crazy on a super great clip, he knew that wasn't the right move. You don't need the three is a lower percentage shot than the two, especially when it's a layup.
Especially when it's a layup like that, yeah.
Exactly.
It's about as high of a percentage shot as you can get. So, I mean, what an amazing play and what a game. What a game. All right, Jack, we would be remiss if we did not mention the controversy around Kyrie Irving and everything. I want to say straight up, I think it's great that there's a rivalry between the city of Boston and Kyrie Irving. I think it makes it a lot more fun. I think it ups his game. I mean, you saw how great he played. I think it adds the necessary zest to a series. If people are being racist, that's fucked. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
It should be a fun, basketball rivalry because Kyrie didn't do anything to us personally, as Boston fans. He just left our team and that sucks. And he should expect to get shit for it, but don't be assholes. That being said, I don't think Kyrie should be fined. I think we should just let this keep going. Let him flip off the crowd. It's more fun. I don't know, Jack. I just want to hear your take on the whole Kyrie versus Boston stuff.
I love that take that he shouldn't be fined because I never really thought of that. I kind of agree with you. I know it's just in order to keep it consistent, they probably have to find him. Right? Yeah. I hate being the voice of reason because I'm all for make the game as fun as possible, and I think it's fun. I think it's super fun.
It's so fun
because people really do have a personal vendetta against him, really for no reason. At least from a Boston perspective. As a person perspective, maybe sure I understand, but that's a different level. We don't need to address that, right? I think Kyrie. It's just for me, it's funny because I think the fans realize that they're in his head at this point because he, 3 days ago we're let's move past it. I don't really care. I expect to get boos. We get the narrative, and then he's totally buying into it on game day, which I think is fun as a fan. Watching him do that and engage with people. And when he was mocking the fan, doing the crying face stuff, I thought that was hysterical.
It's great, yeah.
It's on a couple levels. One, because Kyrie's buying into it, and two, the Boston fans think they're getting to him. And maybe they are. Yeah. Maybe they are. Yeah. But it's fun to watch, man. It really is. It's if this is only one game, I felt like that could have been that's an instant classic. That is a game that will alter the outcome of the series. Yeah. And that, for me, I think that was a blast to watch.
Yeah, no, listen, sports is about passion, and this is like
Yeah,
all passion right now. And it'll probably be, someone will do a great video essay one day about like
this
Boston
game.
versus Kyrie Irving, and yeah, this
Yeah.
game will be a huge part of that narrative. So I'm looking forward to that, of course. But Jack, any other thoughts on this or on the series going forward?
No, man. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I think you mentioned it, and I kind of dismissed it before, but I think we should definitely address that there is a possibility Ben Simmons can play in this series. Um,
Yes,
I think there is actually a possibility. I know I brushed you under the rug before, so I'm wrong for sure. There is a possibility he'll
we'll
play.
see what happens. Yeah.
True. I think same with Robert Williams though, so I think it goes both ways. But I
Mhm.
think it'll be interesting, man. I think it's going to be a great series, and I'm really looking forward to the rest of it.
Me too. I can't remember being this hyped up about
No,
basketball in like a
especially
while. This is great.
that game one. Like I don't. My expectations have been met already. Like I don't know if I need anything else this entire postseason aside from a title.
I know. Someone else is like, we're gonna get at least 4 more of these games.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
fuck yeah, I
I'm
cannot wait.
pumped. So pumped.
Oh man. All right, Jack. Where can they find you online?
Best place to find me is on Twitter, and that's at Jack_Tiernan. You can also follow my disc golf account, and that's at Jack Disc Golfs on Instagram, posting disc golf content on there, and of course NBA content on Twitter.
Yes, go follow him there. You can follow me on Twitter at @theFakeMeMar. That's BMARR. We have a new website, wickedgoodeverythingsports.com, where we get some blogs. We got, Ryan is covering the NBA
Pumping
from
them out.
from that perspective for us on there. He's got tons of blogs on each series, so go check it there. If you want to talk about the USFL, I wrote a blog today about, I guess yesterday when this comes out, but it's new, it's there. Chris is covering hockey, and our new contributor Rhett is covering baseball, so it's a lot of fun. Check us out on that website. Of course, the channel is on Twitter at WickedGoodSport or WG Everything, Instagram at WickedGoodEverything, Twitch at twitch.tv/WickedEverything, and on TikTok, search Wicked Sports, search Wicked Good Everything. Jack, thank you so much for your time,
Of course, Brian. Thanks for having me.
and we'll see you all in the next one.